Hey good people, welcome back to my channel, Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on the video. And if you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back. Today, I'm excited because I am going to be reviewing a new brush brand called Bristles Beauty. So if you're interested in finding out more about Bristles Beauty and what they're all about, please keep on watching this video. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section and definitely consider subscribing and becoming a part of my community, and we will get started. So today's video is going to be, I guess, my first get ready with me because I've never done one of those before. And I'm gonna be using these, Bristles Beauty brushes. Before we get started, I'd like to give you some information about the brushes. One thing that I didn't really understand when I started really getting into makeup is the importance of brushes. And now I get it, because the quality of the brushes definitely impact the look of your makeup, the blending, just how the overall look comes out. So now I am really into brushes. When I first started out, all of my brushes were synthetic, and recently I started getting into the natural hair brushes. So I'm always really excited to try out new brushes. Now, I saw two reviews on this brand, Bristles Beauty, one by Mel Thompson and another by Kinky Sweat. I will definitely link both of their channels because they're just really great. And so let me give you a little bit of background on Bristles Beauty. Bristles Beauty is a mother and daughter brand. They are based out of Canada, but their brushes are made in Japan. Now, I already love that it's a little mother-daughter duo, and their names are like Brie and Nee, like they rhyme. It's really cute. All of their brushes are handcrafted. They go through like this 80-step machineless process to create these brushes. I feel like what their goal is to provide people with a luxury makeup brush experience without the luxury prices. If you are brush shopping and you see natural hair brushes, just look at the price point compared to the synthetic brushes and you will definitely understand about the markup. One thing I did do is when I signed up for their email, they sent me a code for 10% off. So I did get the brush set for 10% off. When I ordered the brush set, when it came, they sent a handwritten note, which, you know, that's really awesome, you know, especially with a small brand like this. Just that little personalization just always makes me feel really good. And it says, "Hi Kara, thank you for shopping with us. We hope you enjoy your new brushes. Warm wishes, Brie and Nee." There are 9 brushes and I did order the complete set. I'm gonna go through all of the brushes that I purchased. Then we're gonna do a little get ready with me and put these brushes to the test to see what we think of them. So a couple of things I noticed about the brushes. Some of them are all natural hair, some of them are hybrids. They are natural and synthetic. The handles are made from maple. They are coated, so they're very smooth. They say Bristles Beauty on the front. Now, one thing I also noticed is that the brushes are a little shorter than the other brushes that I have. So here's a rougher brush here, and even some of my Sigma brushes, the brushes are a little shorter, and I mean, that doesn't bother me at all, but they definitely feel good in the hand. Let's go over them one by one. The first brush I have is the Blender Brush E01 DL. This is it right here. It's tapered, so I really like that. This is a domed shaped blender brush. It's very good with blending eyeshadow in the crease. You could also use it for highlight. This brush can also be used under the eyes to set your concealer. This brush is made from natural goat hair. Next we have the Eo3 Crease Blender Brush. So this brush is nice because this is more of a flat brush. This one's gonna be really good for picking up eyeshadow and placing it on the lid. Also still use this brush to blend colors in your crease. And I kind of really do like this shorter handle because I feel like it's really giving me a lot of control. So I love that. And the brushes are very light. This is also good for putting shadow on the outer V. I love how these brushes are used for multiple things. And remember, there are no rules with this. So use the brush for what you want. Put on lipstick with it. Do what you want. This is also good for contouring the nose. Also made from natural goat hair. Next we have the Eo3 brush. And just by looking at this is gonna be a really good one for the crease. This one is called the Crease Definer brush. This one's gonna be really good for adding deeper shades into the crease. So I know that's what I'm gonna use this for. And I think if you have hooded eyes like I do, it's really gonna get that color in there exactly where you want it. You can also use this on your face. Like if you wanna put some highlight in some really small areas, like for instance, I always highlight right here and right here, but I always go right here. This brush is also good for putting eyeshadow under your lower lash line. This is a good one. It's also made from natural goat hair. Next brush we have is the Eo4 brush. This is a smudger brush. And this one will be good for smudging shadow under the lower lash line. If you want to smudge out an eyeliner. Oh, this is also good for cleaning up lines. Like if you make a wing or something like that and you want to clean it up, you can use it for that as well. And another thing you could do is you could use this to clean up your lipstick. Now, this brush is made from horsehair. And again, these brushes are super soft. So I like everything that I'm seeing so far. Not that I'm a brush expert at all. Next we have the E05 brush. This is a detailer pencil brush. This one is a hybrid. It is made from synthetic bristles as well as horsehair. And again, the pencil brush is just another detailed brush that you can use. Sometimes I use it under my lower lash line. Sometimes I use it for the inner corner. The other thing that you can do is you can use this on your face if you want to cover up any type of acne spots. Like my nephew told me today, he's like, yeah, you need to cover this up over here. And I was like, thanks, I know. So next we have the P06 brush. This is actually synthetic, and this is the Flat Precision brush. Now, this brush is going to be good. Oh, you know what? This brush is gonna be really good if you wanna do a cut crease. This is perfect for a cut crease. This is perfect to carve out your eyebrows. This is gonna be perfect for it because this is so small. Like you can really get precise lines with this brush. So this is gonna be a really good one for that. I'm really excited to try this out. This brush is also good, like sometimes when I know, like let's say I'm not putting tape here or here to make those sharp edges. If I just wanna sketch out my shape, this brush is gonna be really good to define that shape that I wanna create. Oh, this would be good like if you're doing a halo eye and you really need that precise placement, or if you're using glitters or pigments. This brush is gonna be good to pack those on. So the next brush we have is the P07. This is your eyeliner brush. Looks like this. I like that it has a little cap. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep it on there, but I am. This is another synthetic brush. This is gonna be great for lining your eyes. This is also gonna be good if you use any type of brow pomade. You can use these to actually define your eyebrows and even sketch out your brow shape. Next we have the F08. This is the highlight and contour brush. So you can see that this brush is contoured. This is gonna be really good for contouring your face. If you wanna apply bronzer, this is gonna be a good brush for that. And I feel like it's really good for more precise placement. I don't really contour, but I use my bronzer as a contour. Now you can use this for blush. This would not be my ideal brush for blush, but sometimes let's be real. All the time, I put my blush up here in my temples, sometimes on my forehead, sometimes on my nose. So I like the smaller brush head for those small areas because you don't wanna be doing too much. Now this brush is made of natural goat hair. And the last brush we have is the F09. This is made from goat hair and it's also synthetic. This is a powder and blush brush. Now looking at this, I think this would be really good to set your under eye. You know, I'm gonna try it for blush. For me, it's like a little small because I like to use this one for blush. It's just really, really fluffy. And this one is really soft, but we'll see what it looks like for blush. You wanna compare this to, let's say, a rougher brush. This brush is $110. Did not pay that, I got it for half off. And that's still a lot, but this brush is $110. So if you look, I'm not saying these are the equivalent of each other, but if you look, like the difference in price is the amount of bristles that are here. So you can kind of see the difference here in the brush heads. I'm not saying this is not a good brush. I think it's gonna be a great brush. And this one is synthetic and goat hair. And this is just all goat hair. So, I mean, this is huge. And you see I have not used it because it's one of those things where you're like, I'm saving it, but I don't know what the hell I'm saving it for. Like, what am I saving it for? These natural hair brushes are really changing the game for me, and that's how I ended up saying, you know, I want to try out Bristles brushes, because apparently I don't have enough brushes. I just don't have enough. Yeah, so these are the 9 brushes. I hope I wasn't talking too much. I'm just excited that I can talk, you know, and don't have to do a time-lapse tutorial. Not to mention, it's not the middle of the night. It's actually 1:21 p.m. and you know, everyone's kind of doing their thing. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna get this video. Oh, just speak of the devil. See, that's what happens when you speak too soon. So now that I've gone over the brushes, I'm gonna do a get ready with me. I'm getting ready for, you know what I'm getting ready for? My mom has this family challenge for us to do this Jerusalem dance. I'm sure somebody watching has heard of that dance. So we have like this family competition because we have Zoom phone calls on Saturday. So I'm actually gonna have to use my camera in a little while to record us doing the dance. So I guess my face will be nice for it. My dad's here, he's doing it with us. And we've got like these Black Lives Matters t-shirt. We got a whole coordinated outfit situation going on. All right, so we're gonna start with the get ready with me. We're gonna start, I did do my eyebrows like I said. For primer, I'm gonna be using the Liquid Silk Canvas by Tatcha. And I'm just going to prime here. This sponge came in the Morphe Coca-Cola collection. And my foundation, this is my favorite foundation pretty much of all time. This is the Concealer foundation by Tarte. And this has SPF 20 sunscreen in it. So we're gonna go ahead and get busy. I feel like this foundation is really skin-like. It's medium coverage, which is what I prefer. And it always comes out really nice. Let me cover this part up because my nephew told me I really need to cover this up. He said I need to cover up that scratch. I was like, it's not a scratch. You know, little kids say all kinds of stuff. Like, I did not ask, like when I was little, I would never say things that I hear kids say to adults. Like I remember when I first started wearing my hair natural, because my hair used to be, I used to have a perm. And I remember when I was teaching, it was like my first or second year, whenever I started going natural. And one of my students was like, Miss Johnson, because that was my last name at the time, you like your hair like that? I'm like, damn, I did till you said something. Kids are so honest. But sometimes it's like I would never ask my teacher why they had a certain thing. My kids would be like, why do you have that on? I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I thought I was looking nice for work, but apparently I look a hot mess. They do say some funny stuff though. Oh, can I show y'all? My mom got this made for me. Isn't that so sweet? The dove wouldn't fit on it, but that's okay. This is like the best thing. And like what I started doing was, and Mimi, I know you probably want to chat. So hey Mimi. But I love this basket or this drawer, because what I do is like sometimes when I'm transferring things, like, or if I'm gonna do a makeup look, I'll have it all organized and then put everything in here that I need. And then I can just sit it right here on my bed and you know it's there. And I also have my notebook in there too, and my mirror, my Fenty mirror right here. I love that. And like whatever ears I'm gonna wear, I just put it all in there and it's like, I have everything ready. This is the Mcgrath Concealer. This concealer is so good and I just love it a lot. Just put it here, like where I had that breakout, it's starting to lighten up, but let me put it here so Brian don't say nothing else. My nephew is like my biggest hype man. like every day. He's like, how many subscribers do you have? You know, he's like, oh, when you get this, you won't even have to work full time. I'm like, Ryan, we're dropping a gun a little bit, but I love that you believe in me. I'm gonna use the F09 brush to set my under eyes. And I just started using this as a setting powder, but I don't think I'm gonna use anything else ever again. This is the Hourglass Ambient lighting palette, and it has dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light. I like to use all the lights and then just set, like, oh my God, this stuff, y'all. I think I am a new Hourglass like fanatic. Oh my gosh. Like, there's something about it. It's so subtle, but like it looks so good up close. Like, I don't know how to explain it, because I feel like it looks like I'm not doing anything. It looks like you're not even putting anything on. And I set my eyes with this too. This looks so good in person. I guess you can see it. So you can see that there's like a little glow, but it's not a highlight. It makes you look a little dewy, but it's not anything crazy. If you can catch this at the next Sephora VIB sale, I would get this. I might get it again just to like put it away, because that's how much I like it. I'm almost like wanting to sell any other setting powder or finishing powder that I have, because this is perfect, 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 perfect. So next I'm gonna do my bronzer, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade Tan, and I'm gonna be using the Bristles Beauty F08 brush to apply it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna like this, just because, like I said, I like my bronzer to be like an overall situation, but we'll see. Oh, you know what? Let me tell y'all, I bought the Hourglass Bronzer at the Sephora sale. This is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer. This is supposed to be for medium to deep skin. You can see it a little bit. I'm gonna keep it, never mind. I spoke too soon. I just felt like it could have been a little bit darker. Like, I'm medium, but a deep skin tone that is not gonna do it. Okay, now see. Oh, I hear a tussle going on out there. See, I don't think I like this for bronzer, because see, it's too defined. I'm gonna use this rougher brush. Why not? Pull it out today. See, I just like my bronzer to be like an overall bronze, because I feel like I'm just putting the color back into my face. Oh my God, this brush. You know what? Morgan Turner did say, she's like, this brush will change the game. Oh my God, she was right. You were right, Morgan. A little bit under. Oh my God, this brush, let's put a little bit under here. I guess you can see that Hourglass one a little, but like I said, medium to deep, no. Medium, yes, not medium to deep. I'll play with that one again later. I also ordered the 2 new Ambient blushes. So let me know if that's something y'all want to see, or I just may incorporate it in another video. I don't know if I need a whole separate video for that. I don't know. I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Swish and Glow Cheek to Chic blush in the shade Ecstasy. No, it is Swish and Pop. Swish and Pop. Oh, this isn't bad for blush. This is a nice color too. And like I said, I like to put my blush up here, and you know, you can just put it up in this area to just warm your face up a little bit. I feel like somebody's about to bust up in this room at any moment. This isn't bad. I just didn't think I was gonna like this for blush, but I really do. Okay, I feel like maybe I wasn't recording. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just lined my lips with the Mcgrath Lip Liner in the shade Deep Dive. I was saying that my camera cut off because I had been recording for 20 minutes, which is a first. And trying to decide on the gloss. So I have the shade Lavendering. Told you. Hey, Marky. See what I'm talking about? We're gonna pull out today an oldie but goodie. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time. I think I mentioned this in one of my videos. I got it this year. Jackie Aina. This palette, if you ever see this video, this palette, I don't really know how to describe it other than perfect. Because look at this. Now you might look at this and say, wow, it's a lot of different colors here and I don't even know what to do. But you can do so much with this. This is the palette she did with Anastasia Beverly Hills. And when I tell you, it is so nice when somebody creates something that everybody can wear. Now, let's be honest, I don't really have that issue as far as colors not showing up on me or things being too light or anything like that, because I'm light skinned. Like, I don't really have too much of an issue with that, but I really do care about makeup being inclusive for everybody, because like I really care a lot about makeup now, and I think that just acting as if certain shades don't exist or buy your product, I think that's wild. I think that's wild for people to think that. And I am so glad that so many brands are starting to be more inclusive, but it's also sad that that's just starting to happen. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you don't know who's buying your product, so you need to have everybody in mind. Because when you don't, I mean, that's a whole, first of all, if you're trying to make money, you excluding a whole group of people, for one. When Jackie created this palette, I just feel like this is so appropriate for every single shade. It's gonna show up on everyone. Not only that, but just the quality of the eyeshadows and just the colors that she chose to include. Just the fact that you can make a really dramatic, colorful look with this, as well as a natural everyday work look. This palette is the bee's knees. I just wanted to say that. I'm gonna swatch it and then we'll get into the eye looks, but I can tell you right now, I am really excited to use these brushes for the precision of the look. So be right back, guys. I feel like somebody's about to come in the room. Watch this. Hey all, what's up? I'm gonna start with this Eo3 brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my brow bone. I started doing that recently, like doing my brow bone first, because I feel like colors blend easier, or the way the blend looks, I feel like it looks better when I do my brow bone first. I don't do it all the time, but I'm gonna just use this brush for it. If y'all don't have this palette, please get it. There hasn't been a palette that's come out that's like this one, period. You cannot sit up here and say, I have this palette 5 times over in my collection. Like you hear people say, you don't have this one. You don't have this one, you don't have Jackie. Then I'm gonna take the color Ginger. Ginger is gonna be my transition shade. So yeah, like they said, this brush is good for a nice wash of color over the lid, or transition, or on the lid really. All right, so that's the shade Ginger. I hope this video wasn't too long, because I'm not used to talking and doing I'm used to time lapsing. The same brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Edges, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna put Edges on the outer corner. It's beautiful. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that shade Credit though in the outer corner. That's this one right here. Just a little bit, just to make it a little bit deeper. Now I usually use my packing brush, but I'm just gonna use this one because they said it's good for the lid shade. And I'm going to use the shade Lituation. So this is like a nice little smoky fall look. It's not doing too much. It's distributing the color really, really well. The shade Sponsored, Wait a minute. Y'all see this, right? You see this? Look at Scarab. Now, Scarab is not a new shade from Sydney Grace, but let's just swatch it and see. People are not appreciating this Jackie Aina palette. Like, I need to go back and watch some reviews because you see this duochrome. Here's, excuse me? Oh my God. This is, that's sponsored from the Jackie Aina palette. Tiny Marvels, Scarab. So they're really close, like duochromes. I just wanted to, you know, when I see colors, it just makes me, I have to swatch them. All right, so so sponsored. I'm gonna put that under the lower lash line. Brian's about to miss his watch time. I really like being able to talk through my video and not be so rushed. This video must be meant to be because nobody's really bothering me. I'm not saying it's a bother, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every time, like as soon as I sat down, Camden needed to go out. And as soon as I sit down and do something, somebody asking me for food or snacks or fruit snacks, like, but I'm actually getting through a lot without that. Okay. This is really nice. You know, I like this because it's like, you know, the skin under your eye is so delicate and like, you should have a nice soft brush for that area, I think. I'm gonna use Zoola's. It's like dollars, but Zoola's. My nephew about to be sad because I'm about to be cleaning up. I'm not the only one that doesn't like putting eyeliner on the tops of my eyes. I don't really like to do it that much because the hooded part of my eyes, it just covers up my whole eye look. I have to make it super, super thin, but I just don't feel like I need that drama like with this. Oh, is that Brian? No, it's not, it's Marky. So NYX has these faux whites. When you put these underneath your eyes, or I'm sorry, in your waterline, they say it helps to open your eyes up a little bit. I'm gonna be using, once again, the Liquid Lash Extensions by Thrive Cosmetics. I don't know where Brian went. I'm sorry. I gotta swatch it. He'll have to swatch it. He'll have to swatch the next one. All right, y'all, real quick. So I'm gonna go this way and this way because I just want y'all to see the palette. Yeah, y'all. Okay, so let's just wrap this up. Overall, I love Bristles Beauty. I love the brushes. I think the eye look came out great. There's not anything I would change. I really like how the blush brush worked on my face. I think I was the most surprised about that. I still prefer a bigger brush for bronzer, but I think the brush still worked really well. I just seemed to bronze my whole face, and I think that might be the problem. Yeah, I really like the brands. I think that if you're into supporting or trying out new brands and supporting small businesses, I would definitely recommend this brand. And if you really want to get your feet wet with the natural hair brushes, I would definitely recommend those. These are great. I love them. Just to end this, I hope that everyone's doing okay and all the craziness. I know that, you know, if you're a parent, you probably have a lot going on with trying to figure out what your kids are going to be doing for school, and just your comfort levels with that. My system is completely virtual. Me trying to figure out like how this is all going to work out while I'm teaching and the kids are home and where they're going to be is definitely stressful. So just make sure, like, whatever you're dealing with, we all have stress. So, you know, just make sure you're taking care of yourself and not being hard on yourself, because like I said before, and I really mean this, you know, like, we are really, really hard on ourselves. We are. And I was like up late last night thinking about how, like, you know, my sleep pattern is trash, okay? It's pure trash. And then I'll sit up at night knowing I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I'll kind of beat myself up about it. But, you know, all that feeling bad stuff is for the birds. Like, don't do that to yourself. You can, you know, as long as you get up in the morning and you wake up. You know what? One of my favorite movies, y'all, Vanilla Sky. Penelope Cruz says in there, she says something like, every passing minute is a chance to turn it all around. And when I tell you, like, you can stop at any time. It don't have to be on a Sunday and say, okay, on Monday I'm gonna start doing this. Or, you know, a lot of people like to wait. Next year I'm gonna do this, or January 1st I'm gonna do this. Like, I have a real issue with that. So just think about that. Every passing minute, every passing second, for real, is a chance to turn it all around. So you can stop in the middle of whatever it is that you're doing and make a decision to fix it, change it, revamp it, remix it, whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm just gonna leave with that, because that was something that I was thinking about last night, because I was mad. I got up, it was like 12:30, and I was like, I said, okay, you know you like to stay up, so let's not take that away. Let's not say you can't do it. Let's just modify it and just stay up from 12:30 to 1. Well, it became like 2:30, and then I was mad at myself, and I was like, no, you cannot do that. So, you know, I'm gonna try, you just try a little bit better the next time. So with that being said, y'all, talk to yourself nice, make sure you're staying safe. I really, really appreciate you guys giving me a little bit of your time to hang out and watch. And, you know, even though you guys are not physically in front of me right now, I kind of feel like you are. And I'm just so thankful that I had the opportunity to do this, get ready with me and actually talk. And so hopefully I'll be able to do more in the future. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.